Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. We're back here at Stop Logic Motorsports, and my bike has gotten sleepy in my new garage. Well, that's not really the purpose of the video today. I'm actually doing some prep work to do a steely in here. But we already have really good videos on the internet about how to do the steely flywheel weight. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble breathing. Anywho, we're tackling a different task of a less structural and slightly more blingy variety. We're putting on a set of Acerbis or Acerbic, however you would like to put it, frame guards. Actually a fairly popular mod for this bike, and one that, according to the forums, has a great deal of confusion behind it. So first off, check this part number. This will make sure that you order the right set of frame guards. The 2022 CRF450RL guards will not fit. The frame bend is different. So you'll be getting this part number right here. I'll hopefully let you get a good shot of that. It's basically for the 2017 CRF450R or 2017 CRF450RX. So there's a little bit of modification required to make this work, and I'm going to track down some stuff. The instructions actually don't tell you how to install it properly on this vehicle because it's slightly different. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so for your clutch side, there's actually a tab, like a little hooked tab and a overhang here. I already cut it off, but when you buy this, you'll notice it. You can take a common pair of household scissors, since this plastic's relatively easy to cut through, and just basically cut through it. So that'll allow you to place it on the frame, because this wire right here for your kickstand switch interferes with it. Basically, you'll slide it a little bit under the foot peg, and then you'll just basically fit this bad boy in place. And, you know, tie it down accordingly. A couple of other things to bear in mind when you're installing. You'll follow most of the instructions, but your anchor point right here uses a different anchor than what the plan specifies. So they'll show on this side that you'll want to use the E anchor, the small one, but that would actually be used on the other side. So reverse that step. You're going to use the D anchor. Just kind of flip the script here. Your D anchor is going to go in the swing arm pivot hole. Let's pop it in like so. Grab your frame guard. Slide it into place. And then we'll put the screw in the bottom half and then put the zip tie on the top. So it specifies screw G for that side, but we're gonna, as you know, we see the screws are on different sides. The screws are on the other foot, so we're gonna use screw F actually, which is the longer one. So let me fish this out. And one of these handy dandy washers. We'll get this started in there. Looks like we're dead center on the masonry tap. We'll get a zip tie. And discorso. Anyhow. Now I tell you what, the CRF, it's a little hard to fish these through here because there's a lot more stuff on the RL, all the smog stuff. So your zip tie will have a tendency to get a little extra lost. It keeps on wanting to. Ah, goodness. Keeps on wanting to feed behind here. Alrighty, let's try stabbing it from this side. So in these instances where it doesn't want to quite stab through, good idea to put a little extra hook on this, so when you feed it through, it'll try and stay in the stay along the top of all these wires and cables. And you can kind of feel it back there. This part requires a little bit of fishing, and not for compliments. There we go, we got the top on. I'll grab a little screwdriver for the bottom, trim off the excess. You can take the other zip tie and run it through this area if you want it to fit a little bit better, since you have extra zip ties. Whew. And bear with me, we're still moving here. But all working out just fine. Also, I'm down my truck, so I'm not able to really go out anywhere riding, so I figure, well, you know, YZ's in the shop, I have no way to pick it up. CRF is sitting here in front of me, gonna put that flywheel weight on. Might as well get these frame guards on. I even have actually an aftermarket shifter and brake lever, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put those in my box of stuff for the racing season. Kind of a good idea if you decide that you're going to race an entire season. Keep a box of your like frequently breakable items in there, like an extra set of foot pegs and mounts, extra shifter, extra brake pedal, extra cables, extra levers, stuff like that. Stuff that you think might go missing mid-ride. So let's see. I'll tell you what, getting behind that Kickstarter, or not kickstand switch wiring, that is a bear. And there we go. We'll do all the trimming and neatness and stuff later, but for the purposes right here, we have guard number 1 on. Nice and tight. Alrighty. And honestly, I don't need to leave the bike flopped over. I'll do that when I put on the Steely, and I'll do that on my own time. This is your guys' time. Whoopsie daisy. And I value your time. Not beautiful, but effective. Alrighty. Over to the other side. Now, one of these sides doesn't require trimming, if I'm correct. Like it's supposed to just kind of fit on there just like so. Not a perfect fit, but a fit nevertheless. I just want to make sure we didn't have any other extenuating circumstances. So you put your smaller drop anchor into that swing arm pivot point. And angle the guard back into place. Grab yourselves a handy dandy washer. And you know, if these don't quite fit the way that you like them, you can always add more zip ties. Technically, you could probably add some sort of... Alrighty, we're back. So we got the lower mount in. And this one doesn't quite want to fit in place, so you're probably going to want a second zip tie to zip tie to your caliper here. Tell you what, these tie-off points on here don't really line up with what it wants to do. I could, that might clear it. Yeah, let's give that another shot. Fits on just fine down below. Just getting this all tied up top. Come on. On the surface, it seems like a very easy thing, but it's not an exact fit. So whenever you're dealing with something that's not an exact fit, there's always a little bit of creative application of solutions. Sometimes needs to be done. All right. So we got a nice solid anchor point on the bottom, nice one on the top, but we're not quite where we need to be down here. Funny enough, it fits for the most part, but it doesn't fit great. We got another zip tie point here, and goodness, I might not have packed my zip ties. That's a faux pas. Well, I will grab an additional zip tie and see you guys here in a few minutes. We're gonna take a little jaunt out to the auto parts store because somebody, who I'll leave nameless, who happens to have a camera mounted to his head, which I'll still leave nameless, in his infinite wisdom, didn't pack any zip ties. So, that's the last connection point here. It actually specifies one here. The zip ties they give you in the kit are actually too big for this, so I got a smaller set of zip ties that would fit. There we go. Little set of frame guards, trim off the excess, everything mounts up nice like. Good to go. So I'll do a little bit of the cleaning up, and you know what, I actually got some pliers right here. We'll trim the excess. Well, I say trim the excess. Let's be agreeable here. Come on, guys. Hey, you get a set of wire dikes or a set of pliers. Just nip it right off. Nip it in the bud. Well, anywho, hopefully you found this helpful. And if not helpful, at least slightly handy. And if neither of which, well, you can get onto my YouTube channel and tell me how terrible I am at everything I do, which I'm totally fine with, because if it's even not constructive criticism, it's at least amusing. Well, at any rate, if you like the content, like and subscribe. If you don't, criticize me harshly. I also take payment in attaboys and harsh language. In the meantime, have a good one.